truck hanging on cables from a crane is, of course, stopping traffic in the Kensington section of Philadelphia. And as you can imagine, KYW's Sheridan Howard reports it has tongues wagging.
How did you hear about it?
It's all over Facebook. Like, I'm actually calling my dad now so he can see it.
My buddy was riding the L and said he thought he was tripping, so I came over, and it's real.
The sure is. That's Ruby from North Philly and Chris from Fishtown. They stood in amazement with dozens of passerbys looking up at a 43-foot-tall, 10-feet-wide statue of former President Donald Trump, depicted as a naked baby or a nude marionette held up by a crane in an empty lot along the 3700 block of Kensington Avenue.
Only in Philly.
But it's not just Philly. The statues are part of the crooked and obscene tour traveling across the country, appearing in cities like Detroit, Michigan, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Madison, Wisconsin. The goal, the creators say, is to provide conversation about politics and leadership. But is it working? Luke and Greg, they're talking.
I'm still going to vote for Trump.
Man, that's what he is. He's man.
And Chris says it's Philly. He'd be surprised if it made it to its next destination.
I'm just wondering if it's going to make it to the night here.
Sheridan Howard, KYW News Radio 139.
It's 9:48.
Conflict in the Middle East. The latest on KYW News Radio.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the Biden administration is making some progress on crafting a ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon. It reportedly could be an initial 60-day truce. Brett McGurk and Amos Hochstein, two senior White House envoys, meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Rick Clement has more from Tel Aviv.
We have to, exercise some optimistic caution when it comes to these talks. Certainly, there is reports of a potential, progression in the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hezbollah. But, a stop to the fighting in the north, it certainly doesn't feel imminent.
There's little movement as well on any discussions between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Hamas officials are indicating that the group rejects any proposal for a temporary halt after more than a year of fighting in Gaza, insisting on a lasting ceasefire with mediators pushing for a proposed truce of less than a month, according to Hamas. On the KYW News Radio scoreboard, the Flyers meet the St. Louis Blues in South Philly and get a late road 2-1 win on home ice. Carter Hathaway finds net in the first period. Jim Jackson with the call on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Jaguars at on Sunday. 35 kickoff. Close of a 5-2. Howard County coach Doug Peterson, whose Jaguars are 2-6. Philly 6 remains jammed heading toward the city after that earlier fire. We'll get the update from Jaime Gustin.
You're busy. The Philly region is...
This was a major event, and it was different in an important way.
Guys, now for what you meant? What's next?
It's going to be a party.
I'm Matt Leon. It's the Week in Philly, sponsored by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Get a deal you'll like on a Honda you'll love. Saturdays and Sundays from 3 to 4 p.m. on KYW News Radio 103.9 FM or free on the Odyssey app.
When people have a craving to explore new and traditional Asian cuisines, they head to P.F. Chang's, where scratch-made dishes come from the 2,000-year-old tradition of wok cooking. P.F. Chang's wanted to explore new possibilities for their website. They turned to AmericanEagle.com.